Hello guys, so I'm Rosemary. I am Rosemary from Jax and Rose Bonsais. So I'm really excited because we've only just started our business selling our bonsais to the public. We've been doing bonsais for a couple of years now as a hobby, and the hobby has just got so big. We enjoy it so much that we want to share the passion with you guys, whether you're buying it for yourself or as a beautiful gift for someone very special. So this is basic instructions today, how to look after certain types of bonsais. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you've purchased one of our bonsais. And right now we're just going to give basic instructions on how to look after a fig. So this one here, this is a Moreton Bay fig, if you've picked up this one. We do have different variety of figs. There's 4 or 5 different variety of figs that we have. Now basically it's just going to cover watering and shade and whatnot. So basically figs like plenty of water but well-drained soil. And you can see there's actually different varieties of pots we have them in. So it depends on what time of year it is. The basic rule is you want to give it a good soak, but then let it drain well and not dry out. So to look after your fig really well, during winter you might actually water your fig once a day or once every 2 days. But it's always best just to have a look at the soil. If it looks dry on the top, in a shallow dish like this, it's probably needing water. So don't let them fully dry out. So you've got winter, so you want to water your fig maybe once a day or once even 2 days. But the best thing to do is actually, just have a look at your soil. Take time, have a look at your soil. If it looks dry, definitely water it. Figs like lots of water, but they like to have well-drained soil. So once it's watered and drained, the next day it may actually need, if it's starting to dry out, another lot of water. It's something that you've just got to have, take time, take notice and look at it every day. So it's not like you can just water it once and forget about your bonsai fig, and a week later you come back and unfortunately it's dried out too much. The difference in pots as well, you want to actually have a look. This shallow pot, for instance, and this sort of deeper pot, the difference is gravity will actually drain the water out of the deeper dish a lot quicker than the shallow dish. So it just depends on what pot you have your fig in, but the best thing to do is just keep an eye on it. Now these are general instructions only, and you do have to take care of your own fig. Take notice of it. If it's looking dry, water it. So coming into spring now, I think we're on about the 15th of September in Sunshine Coast. So the weather is actually starting to warm up. The sun's starting to get that little bit stronger. So we are actually watering once a day. You can do it in early in the morning before the sun hits your plants, or late in the afternoon once the sun has cooled off a little bit. But pretty much, you could even do it twice a day if it's only little amounts of water. Coming into later spring and early summer, you're going to probably want to actually water them twice a day. But again, it depends on what location you've got your fig in. So some people have figs. Figs is actually one that you can have inside. A lot of people go out and they might buy a bonsai from a hardware store or supermarket, and they don't realise a lot of plants actually need to be outside. And they bring their core bonsai inside so they can look at its beauty every day. They don't realise that it's not going to survive inside. But a fig is one that actually, particularly when they're young as well, does well inside. But again, it just depends. You might put it on a windowsill, you might put it on your kitchen bench. Just keep an eye on it. If it doesn't look happy, try a different spot. Okay, and every now and then take it outside for a couple of days and give it some fresh air. But yeah, the main thing about bonsai is looking after your bonsai, literally taking notice of it every day and seeing if it needs a different need. So yeah, definitely in summer you might need to water it once in the morning, once at night, and again, just look at the soil. Now also, some figs or some bonsai we actually put moss to cover the groundage. Sometimes we use rock. The idea of that is just so that it actually doesn't dry the soil out as much, like it sort of protects the root a bit. So if you do have it out in the sun, no, you're not drying the roots straight out from the sun, the heat of the sun. So once again, the Moreton Bay fig, this one particularly, it's a rainforest fig. So really it likes shady positions. Some figs you can actually have directly out in the sun, so it really depends. Again, wherever you got your fig or fig bonsai located, just check on it every day, and if it's looking like it's too hot, move it into a shadier position. Remember, these are just little guides only. You need to look after your plant daily, take notice daily what your plant may need. So hopefully that you have purchased one of our figs or bonsai, we have variety. We're actually doing citrus, and we're doing natives, and we're doing traditional Japanese bonsai plants. So hopefully you've picked up one, or you've given one to somebody as a special gift, and we hope that you enjoy your time with your plant. So it's something that you can connect to. I find myself every day before I go to work, I go out and I talk to every single plant, and I have a connection with all of my plants, and it just takes you to a peaceful place and a very happy place, and it's very, very enjoyable. So hopefully that was enough information to do basic looking after your fig. So once again, make sure that you give it good water, well drained soil, and if it dries out, please water it. So it will depend on what location, if it's in the sun or in the shade, if it's inside or outside, and time of year. So the best thing to do is talk to your plant and see what its needs are. Okay, thank you so much, and really hope you do enjoy your new bonsai.